Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Business Growth Accelerator. Brandon here, your chief business strategist, with a fantastic guest today, hailing all the way from Central Florida and Casper, Mr. Ryan Caldwell. Ryan, welcome to the show.
Hello, hello. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, a little bit of background on how you ended up on the Business Growth Accelerator. I was feeling a little froggy in the Castleberry group there, and I know Monday was Promote Your Business Day. And I figured instead of me promoting my business, which is quote unquote digital plumbing, is what I like to call it, I figured I'd reach out to the community and see if there's any businesses out there that maybe need a little leg up to get their story told. As you know, podcasts are all the rage now. So I figured, reach out to the community. You were one of about 30 people that
Oh,
reached
yeah.
out, and you were one of the first ones to book a time. So super excited that you took that massive action there. So welcome to the show.
Yeah, no, I saw that. And um, I tell people all the time is just step out of your comfort zone. And that's what I'm doing right now.
Nice, nice. So I take it you haven't done many shows before. Is this your first one?
This will be my first one.
Okay, well, awesome. Well, I'm glad to be the first the show to host you. Hopefully, there's going to be many more after this once you start sharing around and people hear your
Mhm.
story and want to help you tell it. So, give me a little bit of background of you. Why'd you decide to start Houston's renovations and restorations, and what inspired you to enter the renovation industry?
So I actually came from a very different background. I did culinary industry for 6 years.
Okay.
Uh, Worked in fine dining restaurants for Disney, as well as helped a few people start up some restaurants here in Orlando. But then I just got tired of that industry and I wanted to try something new. And I moved on to home renovations with a friend of mine. And then we started going and going and going. I said, I'm interested in starting my own business. And then I started my own business. And ever since then, it's been a game changer, I would say. I don't
Okay.
foresee myself being part of another team or another business. I like being my own boss, being able to spend time with my family. I
Mm-hmm.
have a wife and two kids. I have a 3-year-old and a 6-month-old, and they are my world. And I don't want to take time away from them. I rather be able to spend as much time with them as I can, on top of being able to provide for them.
That's awesome, and congratulations on the latest edition there. I know the young ones are so precious. Two boys myself, they're a little bit older, 10 and 8 now, but the years fly by. So definitely cherish the time that you have with them now, and the fact that you're on this journey and you're able to spend more time with them. That's absolutely phenomenal. So it's very interesting that you switch from the food service industry into renovations there. I mean, you still like to cook, or you
Oh,
you kind of over all that?
I love cooking. You can ask my wife. Every chance I get, I'm either cooking on the grill, cooking something up in the kitchen. I love cooking. It's just I don't like cooking out and for a restaurant and then coming home and cooking.
No, I
So
totally understand
I
that.
can't do that. I'll go and cook uh 10, 15 steaks, maybe 30 steaks in 2 hours. But when I come home, I'm like, man, all I wanted to eat is ramen. I don't want to cook anything. So
Totally get it. And you know what? Since I lived in Florida for 10 years, I was an avid Disney goer. I paid my dues to the mouse, so I'm pretty sure I've eaten some of your food. And I will say, you can't beat a good meal at Disney. We go about once a month just to go to the parks and have dinner. So yeah.
hmm
As you know, you're in it. I'm in it. The people listening, they're on the entrepreneurial journey as well. And starting a business is never easy. So, what has been the biggest challenges that you faced, uh, in your first year and beyond, and how have you kind of overcome them?
My first challenge would be finding the clientele.
Okay.
Clientele is the first challenge, and overcoming it is I figured this out a little while ago. Is I'm not in this business to become rich. I'm in this business to make what I need. right? So I don't go for big jobs that pay me bukus of money. I start with the small jobs, and the small jobs can lead to more clientele and more money later on.
Mhm.
So like in the renovations, oh, let's say somebody just needs a drywall patching job. I go and do that for $100,
Mhm.
but I do that so well that I can that oh, he did a very well job. And they can refer me to somebody that leads to a $3,000 job or a $10,000 job.
I mean, that's definitely a way to get it sorted out. Never bite off more than you can chew
Mm-hmm.
for the business at hand. I mean, do you have any type of additional help or contractors that back you up for those larger jobs?
Yeah, whenever I do bigger jobs, I have a few people I do call on. Some of them are contractors, some of them are my family. My business is a very family oriented business.
Hmm.
I sometimes call my grandfather. His name is Houston. So my business is actually named after my grandfather. I call
Okay.
him, he'll come and help me, or I call my brother, he'll come and help me, or I'll call my friends, and they'll come help me as well on bigger.
Good, good, good. So, what are some key lessons then that you've learned about growing the business and calling on the external help to help you grow?
Uh, it's very cliche to say it, but don't be afraid to call somebody if you need help with something that you may not know and they might know it. Everybody is not a know-it-all. Nobody can know everything. So if you don't know something, don't be afraid to call the person that does know it for help.
Makes
Um,
total sense. Makes total sense there. Yeah, I tell you, there's a ton of things that I don't know, and I've reached out numerous times to other marketers in the industry, and they've helped me out dearly, and I can only imagine uh, the things that you'd have to know offhand to repair what you have to repair, and yeah, I don't think I'd ever try something without at least reading up on it or going to
Mhm.
YouTube or something to figure it out first, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna lie to you. YouTube was my best friend starting off. Uh, that's how I learned a lot of my tricks, a lot of my trades.
Nice. So, you've been doing this for a while. Can you tell us about, a renovation project you were especially proud of and what made it so memorable?
My So I did a false wall for this lady to separate her living room to make it into another bedroom for her daughter that was coming down from college to live with her.
Okay.
So basically, started off the morning going to get the materials, coming to her house and getting ready for the job. Walking, and actually made us breakfast, me and my brother. So she made us breakfast, we ate, and then we started our work. And then lunchtime came, she made us lunch. And then we finished up our day there, the project, about 8 o'clock. And it was very late, but we needed to get it done for her client to make, because her daughter was coming in 2 days from now, and
Mm.
then she wasn't going to be home the following day. So we went there, got the job done, and then we're getting ready to leave. And she actually made us to go boxes of food. So she basically kept us fed all day, and it was a great experience and a great person. I would say I loved working with her, working for her as well.
Very nice. That's definitely unique. I very rarely hear anybody say they've been fed on the job, but it might
Hmm.
happen more often than not. Hopefully, the food was good, and as well as the commission on the job, right? So there's a little bit
Hmm.
of a double
Yes,
whammy
sir.
there. So when it comes to growing the business there, if you do a search in the local area for a handyman or home renovation near me in the Casper area, I'm guaranteeing at least 50 other businesses pop up. How do you differentiate your business from the other businesses in your area?
How do I how to make myself different? I would say
Yeah.
from everybody else is I actually show up when I say I'm going to. I hear it all the time from people that I go to and do quotes for and actually do work for is yes, there's 60 other businesses that they call, but none of them actually show up and none of them actually answer. I'm on my phone constantly throughout the day, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. and I'm answering calls, texting clients, just setting up those times and making sure I actually show up on the time I say I'm going to be there.
That's definitely key because the money is in the follow up. I don't know how many times I've reached out to a handyman service in my area up here, and or at least a landscaping or any type of home service business, really, and it's dead silence. Or if you try to call, nobody even picks up the phone, which is
Mm-hmm.
absolutely crazy to me. So, with what sets you apart and how you get it out there, what are some of the strategies that have worked for you in attracting the clients to you in your time of running your business?
Just showing my work, honestly, is taking pictures of everything that I am doing from start to finish. I take pictures at the beginning, taking pictures in the middle, taking pictures at the end, and just sharing it with everybody as I can. Social media has become such a very big thing in the past 7, 8 years. Everybody's relying on it.
Mm-hmm.
So posting it there on Facebook, Instagram, what's another one, Twitter, uh, just posting it everywhere, and what that's how I'm able to get myself out there.
Now, are you taking advantage of more than one group, or is you primarily doing it on your business pages?
I take advantage of multiple groups on Facebook. I'm in like 30 or 40 of like happenings in Casper, happenings in Oviedo, happenings in Orlando, or handyman work or renovation work. Because there's all types of groups that are on Facebook that people are always joining because they want to make their house pretty and make
Mm-hmm.
it better. So
Gotcha. That's a lot of groups to manage and a lot of messages to take in. So, how are you handling the balance between managing the day to day operations, your invoicing, your
Mhm.
scheduling, and the long term business growth?
yeah, so I have luckily I became I'm very lucky with my wife. She's a very hardworking woman. She helps me on the back end of things with scheduling. I talk to the clients, she schedules them. Um, but I separate my days. I separate my weeks. I do Sundays, half the days I spend time with my family, but also half of my day is setting up my schedule for the following week. And then I'll look back at my schedule Monday morning, and if it's not as full as I would like it to be for that week, I'll sit down for half the morning and continue scheduling, and then I'll carry about my week like that.
Sounds like you got it all dialed in. It's great that the wife's there to help you. As they always say, the key to success is having that partner there to support you as you continue on the journey. So
Sure.
as you continue to grow the business, and you already stated what differentiated yourself with the good customer service, at least responding. I mean, how else do you ensure a great experience for your clients?
Just actually like having a conversation, no matter what. It's about creating a relationship with that person that you're working with. So if you're taking a 5 minute break and getting a water, it's creating a conversation of, hey, how's your day going? What did you do over the weekend? Or what's the dog's name? Like just trying to relate yourself to them as best as possible so you can create that bond.
Nice. And that's the perfect way to do it. You got to get to know your people and on a personal level, and it will definitely increase sales on the back end and for those repeats. Repeat business is definitely where it's at. So you mentioned in the beginning, like you're not looking to blow up and become, the next Bob Vila, I guess is the best way
Mm-hmm.
to put it, right? But
Yes.
where do you see Houston's going in the next 5 years?
Where I can see Houston's going in the next 5 years is my goal is to at least get it to where I can have a full two-man crew doing jobs every day and making memories with clients, also making memories with staff. I want to be stable as a
Mhm.
business in the next 5 years.
So talk to me about the stability. I know things have been a little bit rocky this year. It's election year. The past 3 or so, depending on who you talk to, it's either been great or it's been terrible. You
Mm-hmm.
had some storms roll through, so I'm sure there's going to be some work to scoop up there. What do you mean by stability and what has kept you quote unquote unstable?
Unstability is just the price for materials. You can go and quote a job that is $300, like for labor, like $300 for the job that used to be 2 years ago, and now you're gonna have to charge $700 just to be able to make what you need to, on top of pay for material. So material costs down here for in general is just crazy. But for making it to like stable is I just bring down my labor cost. I don't like I said, I'm not in here to make $1 million. I'm not in here to make $200,000. I'm in here to make people happy, also be able to provide. So if I go and quote a job for $600, more than three-fourths of that job is material. I make $200 off the job.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely see the heart there in the business that you have and keeping things affordable. Yeah, fingers crossed that things get better, prices come down a little bit, but some we might have to just bite the bullet and work even harder to get to where we need to get. So when it comes to the business, you've probably done a lot of different types of jobs there. What's the weirdest thing that you found behind a wall during a renovation?
Weirdest thing I've found behind a wall. Condoms. That is the weirdest thing. I have found condoms behind a wall.
Hopefully
Still
they weren't.
sealed in the package.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, still sealed in the package, but in my mind, it's like, why is it behind a wall? Shouldn't these be in a dresser drawer?
That's definitely weird things. Now, I mean, I've seen the TikTok videos of when people do bathrooms, all the old razors and dirty razors, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not really that weird. But yeah, I will say, the autos behind the wall would be a bit weird. All right, moving on from that. So when it comes to marketing your business, you're doing what needs to be done. You're in the groups, you're posting pictures and such. What has been, though, the most effective marketing tactic so far? And have there been any surprises on what's worked and what?
Not really. I've recently started offering 15% off on their first job, and then um, every person that refers them to somebody, the person that they refer, get a 15% off on their next job as well. So I'm giving out discounts and upholding those discounts is what's been helping me a lot as well, growing my business.
Okay, yeah, discounts are definitely a way to bring them in, and there's a lot of big companies out there. When you sign up for the first deal, so much off, and obviously the price does go up after the fact. I absolutely hate that, but now getting them
Mm-hmm.
in, making them feel good first, showing them that you can do the job right is definitely a good way to go. So you mentioned, offering the discounts for the referrals. Then I would beg to guess that word of mouth for your business is very, very important at this point.
Yes. Word of mouth is very big because it's always the neighbors, that the person that you work with or what where you do the renovation for.
Mm-hmm.
It's always the neighbors that they're always going to invite over. Hey, come check out what this guy did. And then people are gonna be like, oh, he did a really good job. Can I get his number? And then they can continue and continue and continue in the whole neighborhood. The next thing you know, you have 60 houses you're working on and over the course of 2 months or 3 months. So word of mouth is very big for my business.
Mm-hmm. For sure. And then on the digital side, you're primarily just on the social. Are there any other types of digital tactics that you're taking advantage of to at least, um, you know, boost the word of mouth marketing?
I do not. I'm young, but I'm also not very tech savvy when it comes to social medias or other things like that. So I don't really know of any other ways of getting my business name out there.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I
I
just
mean,
basically, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, yeah. I mean, there's tons of different channels out there for those that are listening and are possibly in the same boat and position, and just kind of starting out and might not be as tech savvy. There's a lot of free things out there for new businesses to take advantage of, especially when it comes to search. And having a Google business profile will work wonders for your business. Not only give you the credibility in the area once somebody hears about your business, but it'll also enhance that word of mouth marketing that you really rely on, because not only is the neighbor telling the neighbor, but the neighbor may leave a review of the business, and then you start getting even more leads in that way just by being able to have that proof, so to speak, that you did the job right. People were seeing the pictures there, as opposed to possibly just coming across them on Facebook. So could be something for you to look into. Just check out Google Business Profile, and they're real easy and simple to set up, and they will definitely help out in generating leads and phone calls for you there. Doesn't cost you anything. So what advice then, since you're already a couple chapters ahead from somebody that could be thinking about starting a handyman or restoration business there, what advice would you give them to start off on the right foot and start their entrepreneurial journey today?
I got very lucky with what I did. I started off by looking for a vendor that I can go through to start off.
Okay.
I'm a vendor for a property management team, and they have a bunch of houses that they take care of. So I started off by doing that, and then started getting clientele then and doing them slowly but surely, and growing that. And my advice is just do research, also talking to people and properly advertising yourself, I would say, to get yourself out there.
Yeah, nobody knows you, they can't flow you. That's my most favorite quote from Mr. Grant Cardone there. And one last fun question here for you. What's your go-to tool in your toolbox? And do you have a favorite tool that you cannot live without?
My go-to tool. I'll always say my sledgehammer. I have a 16-pound sledgehammer. I call it the persuader. So if something isn't going my way, it's a persuader. It's going to make it work.
There you go. There you go. Well, Ryan, I appreciate you being on the show. Appreciate you sharing your story. Hope others out there got a good understanding of what it takes to, start a home restoration and renovation company there. It doesn't take much to get started. I just got to get your name out there and find the right contacts, and you'll start getting clients in no time flat. So again, Ryan, appreciate you being on the show. And with that, here's to your success.
Thank you so much.